I remember when I was in the whole relationship thing. I think there's just a part of, oh, I don't want to be alone. It's better to be alone than to be with somebody that you will not have peace of mind. For me, I would say that it is grounds for you to end the relationship. For me, because when you are into something or you are into it deep, girl.
You know the zero.
When you're into something and you're into it deep, you literally get cloud. Your judgment is like this. You don't see. You literally don't see anything. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Adi Precious.
Adi Precious, what's this girl? It's all like Susan. Everybody does like Susan. Hi guys. Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. It's your girl Ade and this is Life with Ade. And with me today, I have a very beautiful, as you can see, very beautiful, talented, multi-millionaire, young lady with me today. Please introduce yourself to my viewers.
My name is Bisho for short. Bisho Lifestyle. Actually, that's the name of my YouTube. So
she does have a YouTube channel, and the link will be down there. Plus, I'll put it somewhere on the screen here. You will see it. So please follow, subscribe, and help women, happy women.
Women supporting women.
Women supporting women. Okay. So today's video is it's going to be quite different from the regular. You know, the regular is like tips on how to do this, tips on how to do that, but no. So today we're going to be doing something like, you know, want to see another perspective of a thing. Then at the end we'll now give you tips on how to make it work. So what? So what is the topic? Like, what is it that we want to talk about here? So the topic is when you're in a relationship. I know this one I've increased the volume. Yeah, I've increased the volume. I know, relax. So when you're in a relationship, what are the things that, because you are in love with that man, I be that auntie, it has clouded your judgment, it has clouded your everything. So I'm going to be asking my well experienced and I'm just gonna, you know, we're gonna be interacting like, oh no, what's our views, what's our take. It's just gonna be few questions and she's going to give us a lovely tip at the end, like, okay, this is girls, ladies, men, these are the things you should do. I feel like I'm talking too much. But anyways, let's go. So my number one question is that at what point do you at what point do you as a lady or a man start losing yourself in a relationship? Like, what are the signs, like, for you to be like, Otilo, like you've lost yourself, like you're no more your person? Like, at what point? Can you let us know?
Honestly speaking, I'm not a relationship expert. First of all,
disclaimer
out there, I'm not, and this is, anything I say here is from my own perspective, and that's what I think. And so help me God that I answer in a very meaningful way. So at what point do you lose yourself in a relationship? I would say at the point where the things that you love doing the most, you find out that you are not doing it because you're trying to change yourself to please the person that you're with.
Okay.
And let's say, for instance, you are doing your YouTube, you're doing all these things, and the person you're with is not supporting what you're doing. The person you're with is not supporting it or has something to say about what you're doing, and that's what you like to do, you don't want to do, and the person, you stop your YouTube, or you stop your YouTube because of the person, but you're not happy with it, and in that aspect you are like losing yourself,
like you're losing your happiness to make another person
happy. And I don't think anybody deserves
that. I do have a question though. So like, what if, okay, because YouTube obviously, like, this is a very good point I raised, but what if it's in totally different aspect? What if maybe what this person is saying is for your own good? but still maybe you enjoy doing the bad thing, but the person's like, does it like, is it in the same context, or are we just in the context of if it's something like it's good, your hobbies and stuff, and the person just not like, they don't accept you for who you are? Does it apply to every part of a relationship, or it's
No,
just
I don't think it applies to every part of the relationship.
because obviously if you are doing something
yeah, because you are
bad,
doing something bad. I think
it's for your own good,
for me, I
right?
would say you should pick. Coming from a very stubborn person, I don't understand. I would say you should pick. You should think about. I think logically a lot.
Mhm.
So I think you should pick. You should think about it very well and think about what the person is saying, and pick out what you see that is true about what the person is saying, and then have a conversation about it. I'm very big on having conversations about things when you see something and you're like, okay, this is what you think, this is what I think, and this is what you think, and also having a common ground about the thing. That's like in a different aspect.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like losing myself, I might love jumping every day, and the person that I'm with doesn't like jumping. So he thinks that, oh, I'm jumping every day. What am I trying to prove as? That's me losing myself. Oh, I love jumping every day. Why are you stopping me from jumping?
Exactly.
That's like, that's me losing. I'm losing myself, and I feel like I'm also losing my value, because that is something I love to do. I would not like somebody to stop me from doing what I love to do, because I would not stop you from doing what you love to do, because I will support you instead.
So my question is that, so is that grounds, because you said you're very big on communication, right? Like we've communicated and everything, but is that grounds to walk out of the relationship? Like, you don't love me for who I am, obviously. This is my passion. You don't see my passion. Is it time for us to go? Because no, we've had the conversations, we've done all these things, but still.
Okay, like I said, everything I'm saying here is from my own perspective. For me, I would say that it is grounds for you to end the relationship, for me. And I think in some aspects, I'm also speaking from like experience, I think it's grounds for you to end the relationship, because I feel like trying to satisfy somebody is very, very difficult.
True.
And trying to please somebody is very, very difficult, especially when you know that this person already has their own perspective about something, and you're trying to please the person and be like, oh, I want to be with this person.
Planning to do this
and
for a long time.
Exactly.
They play.
Because it will get to the point where you get tired of doing it, and you cannot take it anymore. So what's not the point? What's the point? It's better to be alone than to be with somebody that you will not have peace of mind.
That kind of thing.
Like it's a bit a lot, and sometimes it can one way or the other affect your self-confidence, you know. So it can one way or the other affect our self-confidence and the things that we are doing, and the things, and like life generally. Okay. So yeah. Thank
you. Which is going to bring me to just a loop something, because you said something like about an like experience. You're talking from experience. So my question now is that has this ever happened to you? Obviously yes, because you're talking about the experience. And how did you navigate it? Like, were you guys able to communicate it out, or was it grounds? Did you walk out of the relationship? Did the relationship end? It's okay if you cannot give us the details, but we'll take what we can take. You know?
Okay.
We'll take what we can take out of it.
Okay. There was a point where you know, there's just a thing of, oh, you're doing this for a very long time in your life, and I remember, I'm just gonna say it as it is coming to my mind, and I remember when I was in the whole relationship thing, I think there's just a part of, oh, I don't want to be alone, and it's just like, oh, I just want to be with somebody, and it's not really about that. I think now that I'm like I'm alone, and sometimes God literally, I'll never forget to put the aspect of God, because God literally takes us out of a situation so that we can actually see. Because when you are into something, or you are into it deep, girl,
I don't you know the zero.
When you're into something and you're into it deep, you literally get cloud. Your judgment is like this. You don't see. You literally don't see anything. you don't see anything. You literally have to leave for you to see. And you are also trying to cover the person, but the person doesn't want to be covered. So the person wants to be opened. You are not there to cover the person. You're not like, this person is not that bad. This person is not that bad. This is not bad.
But they're showing you.
But then it's going and it's going to add up and keep adding up. And me, I'm very big on the way I talk to people. I don't just go to people and just like, I'm also very sometimes it can be very frustrating sometimes, but it's not that deep. So imagine you being with someone and the person just talks anyhow to people. I'm not saying
that's what happened, it's just like
generally like just and you are the kind of person that just like, oh, you said that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not the one.
You're not the one covering for.
Exactly. So I feel like
let's be guided.
Yeah, I feel like one thing I would say is that we should all know our worth. I think knowing your worth is like very, very important, because God has brought to us. God will never bring you someone that will be a problem to you, and that's one thing I think I've learned, is that God will never give you just anybody, because you are not anybody. You are definitely not anybody. You are not just you're not just anybody to anybody. So I don't think it's so good to be alone. Like, it's better to be alone than to be right now. I said to a precious today, I said I'd rather be traveling up and down
to be in a toxic environment,
Girl, like to be in a relationship where I'm not happy to be there, or I'm not happy in that situation. And relationships sometimes is stressful. I think everybody hold themselves.
Okay.
I'm to be honest, I desire it, and that's one thing I'm learning to do. I'm not trying to say, I don't want to be with anybody. To God, when it's God's will,
your CV.
I beg
drop
you.
your CV.
Let's drop your CV.
I got you. Just put it right there.
So, like, I'm very open to like, yes, God still has sons. Like, I've not closed my judgments to, because of this person did this, I have to be like this. I'm still very open to that aspect of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
I
very
hope
much.
that answered your question.
They pick what they can pick. We as ladies, right? Because we have to talk from a female perspective, because that's what we identify as. That's what we are. So like, this is what we like understand about. So can you really, is there really, I feel like there's a blurry line between like you supporting your man and like supporting your man like and losing yourself. Like, I don't know if you understand. So there are these like ladies, right? They are big on like, my man, I'm going to support him, I'm going to do this for him, I'll do that for him, I want to be there for him, like, in like his, I don't know, career, business, whatever, like, or any way possible. So in this process, obviously it's good for us to help each other, right?
Of course.
But like, I feel like there's a line in where, as when you're all this supporting my man, this is coming in, then you start to lose yourself in a kind of way, right? You're kind of making yourself about, like, you're making this identity, you're making this new identity, like, of yourself about your man. Like, what about you? You're going around saying my man, like, you understand? Like, so how can you maybe like just explain to us, like, is there a way we can differentiate it? Like, I love supporting my man, right? But at the process, I don't want it to be like everything, everything's my man, like. But you understand the question,
yeah,
right?
I think I understand to an extent, and I think I would first of all, I would just say that first of all, know who you are with, and I'm very. I think I started being. I always say to my friends, I'm very big on somebody that is intentional. Like, if the person you are with is intentional, I don't think when you are doing my man, it will be a big deal, because you know that the person that you are with would definitely reflect it back to you, so it won't be a problem, and I don't think you will lose yourself in that aspect. But when it's one-sided, then you're going to lose yourself.
That is the word. One-sided. That is the word.
So that is
can't be one-sided.
Exactly. When it's one-sided, when it's only me that is reflecting it, that is saying, oh yes, it's only me that's going to do it. It's yes, I'm going to carry myself and be going. I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's like maybe not be stupid. But when it's one-sided and the other person is not reflecting it back, and you're trying to, I don't know, some people are trying to cover the person, but some people are not meant to be covered. They're meant to be open. So exactly, me, I would say that somebody, if anybody wants to be there, first of all, who are you going to be with? Is the person intentional about you first? If the person put you first, that this girl wants to go and do something, I have to be there. Is the person showing up for you? If you're not showing up for me, how am I going to be able to show up for you?
Alright.
If I'm telling you, I want to do something, and you're not following through with me, have you been able to do this? Have you done that? If you're not following through with me, but I'm the only one following through.
So why should I carry you on my
head like exactly? What's even the point of us dating in the first place?
Exactly.
Because you're wasting my time. Because when I can meet somebody else who will be more intentional and take me and put me on his head, so why should I be running after you when you're not ready to run after me? So I think being with someone that is very intentional is very important. Intentional and very kind. Someone that is kind, very very kind. Because girl, I'm gonna use the eyes to see shake if they're not kind. You're going to see shake.
Some people were there from sons of Jezebel to sons of everything. But
it won't be past Jezebel or something.
He did. So, moving on. How does sex play into all of this? Losing yourself, carrying your mind, your carrying your man on your head, being there for him, be reciprocal, be one-sided. How does it fit into all this? The relationship aspect as a whole, losing yourself to it as a whole. I feel like that question is
very deep.
You have to dissect it and dilute it.
Oh my goodness, that's so deep. How does sex affect in a relationship? First of all, we all have made a lot of mistakes, and there's nobody that's perfect, to be honest. And I try to tell one thing I think I've learned so far is that once sex enters into a relationship, the dynamics of the relationship actually changes. And the way you see yourselves is not like different, because even the Bible says that it's not good for us to be intimate like while we are still dating until it's for marriage, right? It is conserved for that time. It's actually conserved for it, and God knows the reason why He conserved it for that time. It's just like a reward of
your hard work.
exactly a reward. And when you are involved in it, like outside, it really changes the dynamic of the relationship. It actually does change the dynamic of how the both of you see each other. You're like, I've seen it finish, so what else is there for me to see?
So
it's like sad. So it's like, it's like, of course, everybody makes mistakes, everybody does what they are not meant to do. But at the end of the day, it's just us going back to God. And some people, if they do it, like if they have sex in their relationship, there's just this conscience that you cannot pray, you can't do anything, you're just there.
You're just feeling abstinent.
You're just feeling that, exactly. You're just feeling like you're just there. And sometimes, what do you call it? It's sometimes some people find it hard to go back to God because they're like, I've sinned. So
they've made that mistake. God is not like that. My own God is not like that. Go back, find your way back.
So like God just
He will accept you.
Exactly. He will definitely accept you back. And sometimes it's mostly the lies from the devil, like, you that you have done this thing. Look at you, you're going back to God. Do you think that God will forgive you? Like all those kind of things clouds our judgment, and it's really not advisable in a relationship.
The best thing is just to stay
away from it and just put boundaries. I think that's one thing that I am learning.
Okay.
I am still in the process of learning boundaries, like putting boundaries in your relationship, and knowing that, oh, we can't do this, and sticking to it as well. And sticking to it is like a whole different thing on its own. And I also believe that accountability is also, it matters too, like being accountable to somebody. To be honest, all these things we say it, but it's very difficult. It is difficult, but God, as long as God is still on the throne, as long as God is still on the throne, we can definitely follow through.
So help us, so help you. I mean, God help you too.
God help everybody.
God help everybody. Thank you. This last question. It's not last question. The second to the closing remarks. This question, it's just like a statement, like a man, or I'm saying men. The relationship is two way, right? If anybody cheats in a relationship, right? I know cheating is like a big umbrella word and everything. People classify cheating as so many things. I mean, I don't care. Cheating is cheating. If a man cheats in a relationship, or a woman cheats in a relationship, and you accept them back, because I know some people are already judging themselves now, like, oh, their man meant to cheat, now they've accepted them, they're feeling like they are less for their something. Does that really count as you also losing yourself? Like, let's not forget the main topic, like losing yourself in a relationship. So your man cheats on you, I mean, you cheat on your wife, I don't know, whatever is who's cheating, but then they accept you back. The person that accepts me, like me now, say me now, I accepted you back after cheating on me, like, does that make me less worthy? Does that make me start losing myself to you? Does it mean that I don't know what I'm saying, or does it mean that I'm clouded?
Recently I saw something about cheating. It depends on what I saw something about cheating recently on Instagram, where someone was talking about, oh, that is cheating. No, first of all, what I'll say is cheating a deal breaker for you. It depends on, because some people, cheating is not a deal breaker for them. So I'm not going to say, oh, a person cheated, break up. What works for you? I always tell people, do what works for you. If you think that, oh, cheating is not a deal breaker for me, I can go ahead with the relationship and I'll still be good. But one thing I would say is that the both of you have already lost trust, because it's gonna take a while for you to be able to trust that person again and think that, oh, this person is going to be by the side of my friend. Hope the person will be looking like,
exactly,
that kind of thing.
Come on, exactly.
So, and again, you won't even be comfortable around the person with like other friends. Is it a deal breaker for you? Like, I tell people, do what works for you. I'm never gonna tell you, oh, the person cheated on you, break up, end the relationship. Do what works for you. If you think cheating is a deal breaker for you,
so be it.
If it's not a deal breaker, continue.
But you accepting the person,
but
it depends on you, right?
It depends on you. I will never tell you to go and end the relationship. I don't even get involved. Anybody that has a relationship problem, go and meet me. I'll just tell you, oh, do you think that what works for you? Okay, do what works for you. I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, if the person breaks up or they go and make up back, they will say that they're not the girl that was giving you advice.
Couples, this thing, let's not be putting mouths there. My darling Bisho, thank you so much for your word of wisdom and advice that you have brought on my channel. This doesn't matter. This, whatever time you are watching it. However, I'll be coming to your own channel too very soon to come and drop some sprinkles of wisdom. Anyway, that being said, we've had a very long and interesting conversation that I think you, as a lady or as a man, have learned one or two things there. But just before we go, I just like in one sentence, just like give them a tip, because I promised them a tip at the end, right? Just something like, from now, maybe do this and it will continue to help you. Like, just something
a tip
to cover it up.
Okay, just one thing I'll say is that do what works for you, and you are a prize.
That's the word.
Like, literally, don't let anybody make you feel less of yourself, because,
and it goes to both of
girl, you are a prize.
Boy,
you are a prize.
Good job.
Don't let anybody make you feel less of yourself, because God still has sons and God still has daughters, of course. I have a lot of male friends that have told me that they are seeing a lot of shaggy with ladies. Same thing with the female friends. So like, you're a prize. Don't carry yourself like a prince and the princess of the Most High, and
That you are.
let God guide you and show you the way.
Okay. That brings us to the end of our lovely video. Thank you, Abisho. To be coming over next time.